G'day everyone, Dan here. Welcome to North Queensland Barbecue and Brewing. Over the next few months I'm going to be videoing this. I'll put it all together as one video, but basically what I'm doing is I'm building an offset smoker from scratch. I've got these two drums here. They're basically filled either end and they're 6.5mm thick, so I think 1/4 inch thick steel. So I've had to cut one of the ends out and I've got to cut the other end out of that one as well using the plasma cutter, and then I've got to grind it all smooth. Basically I'm going to weld these together end to end to form a 1.5 metre long by 750mm diameter cook chamber. And I've also got a 600mm by 600mm or 60cm by 60cm drum as well. That's the same. It's 1/4 inch thick steel or 6.25mm, I think that is in metric. And that's going to be the burn box as well. So I've got a 150mm diameter by, I think it's 1800 long stack to go on here, but I'll go through all that later. So for now I've cut the top out of there, and you can see here there's a bit of that slag left over. I'll have to grind all that off. That'll be a fairly decent job. There's the other one over there with the dog ready to go. So yeah, fairly big job. That bit of inch steel that's through there was an axle. It was an old roller off something. But what I'll do is I'll cut that, and that'll end up being the handle on the door. This will have 2 doors. So anyway, we'll come back and we'll get rolling on this thing and start working. Okay, so I'm just lining these up, cut the ends out and ground what I could off the inside. There's a little bit of, where the weld is and the bit of steel 6mm, end up being about 12mm, 10 to 12mm. So basically what I've done is I've ground it down. There's about 5mm either side where that weld is. I don't think that's going to interrupt the airflow too much when it's 750mm wide. So I'm just trying to line this up, get some tack welds in there. So what I've been doing, I've just been rotating this slowly around and welding it, just spot welding it every, I don't know, 30cm, 12 inches or so. So I've gone about halfway around, just putting a screwdriver or the chisels under it to get it so it's flat and all lining up, and working my way around welding it. It just got so hot here, it's still like 36 degrees Celsius, it's bloody absolutely ridiculous. While I'm here, I'll just say, if you like the stuff we're doing on the channel, please like and subscribe. This video's got a fair bit to go yet, I'm just starting, but we're between me, James and Matthew, who do all these videos, mainly me, but I've got the boys helping me when they can. Matthew with the Scorching Saddle Chili Company, and James who films. It's a veteran business, veteran barbecue channel. We're all veterans. We've all served overseas in various accounts, so any support would be more than appreciated. But yeah, if you've got any videos you want done, anything you want particularly cooked, whether it be on the offset smoker when it's done, on the bullet smoker, rotisserie, whatever you want, you know, just put a comment in the comment section below or in future videos and we'll endeavour to do it for you. I'm going to keep going on with this and I'll keep tack welding it around, and that'll probably take me to the end of the day. I'm going to somehow work out a winch, use the winch off my ute and wrap a chain around one of the floor joists to lift it up and onto blocks, and then I'll get the fire barrel ready and we'll keep continuing then. Okay, so I've got the holes cut out here in the from the firebox into the main cook chamber here. I'm going to tack weld this together now. Took a bit of effort. Obviously there's an inset here of about 35mm and the same that end, so I had to cut this band off and then put it in, and then this little clip here, cut in for that. But yeah, she's coming up alright. It's going to be a pretty big offset for a backyard smoker. But yeah, I'll start welding this together and we'll keep working on it. I'm not the best welder in the world, but I've got a mate that is, so I'll just tack this together for now. Alright, so I've marked the doors out where I want them to go, and I've used masking tape or black tape to mark off where they are exactly. This just gives me I put pencil marks, but this will actually give me a really nice definitive line to cut to, rather than trying to squint and find the pencil marks. I'm actually using really thin blades in a 5-inch grinder to cut these out. I don't trust my abilities with the cutter over there, so I'll use the grinder with thin blades and go slow and get these cuts really nice. I wasn't worried about the firebox so much. I didn't really need that to be all too neat, but with these I want these to be really neat. So yeah, I'll start on these. I'll cut the tops first and then I'll start working on the hinges, I suppose. So I've been working on these hinges. Basically, one of the ends I cut out of here came in about 70 and cut the whole way around it. Cut 12 pieces of steel out. Sort of started just grinding. This here is where it sits on the smoker itself. I've got 2 holes there just to hold it together. Basically, it's going to sit on there like that, if you can see that. And one piece is going to sit here up. So you're going to end up with 2 pieces on one side and one piece here, and it's going to pivot up like that, if that makes sense. 2 pieces of steel, one fitting into it, up and moving. So that's the theory anyway. So yeah, I sort of kind of a bit interested to see how these work out myself. They should work in theory, but hopefully they do, because there's been a lot of work so far going into them. Even just the cutting of the steel, putting it together, it was a bit rough to cut. So yeah, obviously a lot of grinding. I'll get it roughly the shape I want it now. That hole there is going to be where the hinge is, where it hinges from, and this one here is just a machining hole basically to help me put it together. So yeah, I'll come back once I'm ready to put them on, and hopefully they work, and yeah, we'll see how we go from there. Yeah, I'm just putting the stack together. So you cut it round to fit the chimney here, and this is welded at the bottom, and I'll just tack it together still until I can get a MIG welder around. But yeah, it's coming along. I've got the top piece here. I've got to cut the circle out. I've just got to get some bits with the plasma cutter, unfortunately. So that's halting me a bit, but doors are all in and hinged up. So yeah, pretty happy how these have all come along. Still got a bit of work to do with these. Weld on the bits around the edges here, cut that bolt off and that bolt off, and then yeah, fair bit to go still. I've got counterweights I'm going to put on top as well. So anyway, that's where we're at with this at the moment. I've got to tack weld them on now. Alright, so this is how we're sitting with this smoker build at the end of the, pretty much this will be the end of the first video I'm doing. So both the doors are on, hinged. I've got the stack. I've got to tack on that top part. There's a slight gap either side here and here. It's not quite lining up. I've just got to basically scribe, cut a little bit out of the centre here to scribe that in. There's the chimney. It's 150mm diameter, or about 6-7 inches I suppose. As you can see, that there's the hole from the cook chamber into the firebox there, so that's all cut out. And I've cut the door here. I've basically got it all cut, if that will show on camera, the light's coming through. I've just got to get in and obviously cut with a hacksaw blade all these corners. I've got the blanks, and the next video will basically be on how I do the hinges for this door, because I didn't really go in depth in that with this video. But they're basically similar principle. It's going to be like that again, so they'll be like that, and basically I'll just grind it all, machine it all, and stick them on whatever edge. Anyway, this is the end of the first video of this smoker build, so hopefully you're enjoying it. It's coming along quite well, and we'll see you on the next video. Until next time guys, take care.